So today I'm reviewing the Strauss Electronics NF3s. So these are the NF3s. They are from Strauss Electronics in Switzerland. Now these speakers, they look quite light, but they're not, they're quite heavy. They're a passive monitor and they look pretty mental. As you can see, they are basically a box with another box on top. I love it. I think they look so military and hardcore. It's great. And they have a few little, they have some ports on the top. So they're ported at the top. And they've got this little 8-inch cone here for the mid-range and bass or whatever. And then this tweeter. And the tweeter's got a nice bit of felt around the top, which is good. Now Strauss Electronics, they do some other bigger versions of these. They're all mastering speakers, they're all pretty high end. These cost around £6,500 UK, so probably about $7,000 or $8,000. So these are near field monitors. So they are passive monitors. You can see from the back there's not a lot of detail going on. Not used to that these days. Most speakers are active that I'm dealing with. So these don't come with an amp. I'm running them off of Bryston to check them out. And yeah, you just plug them straight in the back, as you can see. There's not a lot more I can say about the design. As you can, it's pretty simple, but very, very effective. Now, listening to them, I've listened to them quite a while with loads of different reference material I normally use, and they sound very, at first I thought they were quite bright and quite harsh, but that was more a sort of clarity thing and more of an adjustment to the room surroundings and the speaker itself. I thought they needed a touch more low end, but I was totally wrong, because as I settled into them and as I started listening, they're really smooth, they're really clear. The detail that was going on in the stereo field was amazing, really, really nice. I don't know how they're getting the bass out of these, because as soon as I started playing stuff with like really nice bass guitars, then that really came out in them, and you could really hear the detail, and they're super quick in the low end as well. So I'm a massive fan of these already, and I've only listened to them literally for about an hour, but they sound amazing for passive speakers. Just the clarity and detail in the top end are brilliant. For mixing and mastering, I think they'd be bang on. I'm going to take these back to my studio and listen to them for a little bit longer, because the clarity in the top end is just to die for. You want more and more and more of it, so I want to just be able to play with them and listen to them for a bit. So these are, if you're looking for some near field monitors, I mean, they've got a lot of bass. You can hear bass, don't get me wrong. You know, a lot of these modern speaker designs, they seem to be able to produce a lot of bass from a small unit. Now that obviously you're not going to be able to get these super loud. They are a near field. They do bigger versions which have got obviously more level on them. You can turn them up a bit more. You can only push these so loud, but for near fields, how loud do you want to go? I'm in a fairly big room here, and they pump more than enough level out for this room. They're not mega loud, so if you want big monitors, then you'll have to go for their bigger ones, which are about 20,000 or 50,000 depending on the size you want. But these, if you're looking for some really good clarity and really smooth, just so you can really hear what's going on, really detailed in the mids and the tops, well, and everywhere really, to be fair, have a look, check them out. They are the Strauss Electronic NF3s. You should definitely listen to them if you're in the market for a new set of near fields. The only downside I can see with them really is that if you're the sort of person who's worried about what people think, and when someone walks in the room they don't look the most impressive, but for me personally I do think they look the most interesting that I've seen out of speaker designs recently. So it's one of those things where someone who doesn't know about equipment or doesn't know about speakers comes in and goes, why have you got two boxes for speakers? But if you are looking at speakers a lot, then you'll realise that they are absolutely cool looking. So yeah, I like the look of them. I think they're great. Okay, thanks for watching. Till next time, bye.